Hello everyone, is me. Today I will tell everyone about what I imagine about God. Once upon a time, in a modern world full of new and exciting things, Jesus appeared with a humble yet majestic presence. He strolled down a bustling street, looking around with a mix of curiosity and wonder. Though people had grown accustomed to the conveniences of technology, Jesus wanted to bring a touch of the miraculous, as a gentle reminder that love and kindness were still everywhere. The first miracle happened as he walked past a group of young people gathered around, but only with a little bread and water on the table. One of them sighed, "I wish we could have a proper feast." Jesus quietly approached, smiling and saying, "All you need is faith. Miracles will happen." He lifted a small loaf of bread, closed his eyes, and whispered a prayer. When he opened his eyes, the loaf had turned into a hot, delicious pizza, and the water had become refreshing fruit juice. The group was wide-eyed with wonder, then burst into joyful laughter. Jesus smiled kindly and continued on his way, leaving them full of gratitude. The second miracle unfolded along a busy road. Someone was struggling with a broken-down car, sweating and helpless. Jesus calmly approached, gently placed a hand on the driver's shoulder, and said, "Nothing is impossible." With a wave of his hand, the car engine magically roared to life, perfectly restored. The driver looked at Jesus in amazement, exclaiming, "You're truly a modern-day savior." Jesus nodded and kept walking, leaving a smile of thanks from the driver. The third miracle was with a young person scrolling on their phone, complaining about not having finished their homework. Jesus appeared beside them with a patient smile. He leaned down and said, "If you don't start now, even a miracle won't help you." The young person hesitated but sat at their desk, and as they opened their books, the miracle happened. The scattered notes and books rearranged themselves neatly, making it easier for them to study. Jesus looked at them with encouragement, then continued his journey. The fourth miracle took place in a noisy crowd where everyone was speaking so loudly that no one could hear each other. Jesus raised his hand gently and smiled. "Just a little quiet, please." He closed his eyes and asked for peace. Suddenly, the noise softened, and people began to speak calmly, creating a serene atmosphere. Jesus walked away, leaving behind a space filled with comfortable laughter. The fifth miracle was at a cafe, where a barista seemed exhausted from taking orders and making drinks non-stop. Jesus noticed her struggle and, with a wave of his hand, gently multiplied her energy. Suddenly, the barista felt a surge of renewed energy and joy, smiling brightly as she continued serving drinks to customers. Each cup she handed over seemed to be filled with warmth and kindness, bringing a smile to every customer. Jesus gave her a knowing nod, and she looked back with gratitude, somehow sensing the miraculous boost. The sixth miracle happened at a park bench where an elderly man sat alone, looking out into the distance with a tired expression. Jesus took a seat beside him, placing a warm hand on his shoulder. With a kind smile, Jesus said, "You are never alone." At that moment, people began gathering around, sparking conversations, laughter, and shared memories with the elderly man. His eyes filled with joy as he found himself surrounded by new friends, each one feeling the warmth of connection. Jesus stayed until he saw the man smiling, then quietly moved on. After a long day of small but meaningful miracles, Jesus found a quiet corner, took a deep breath, and looked up at the world around him. He looked into the camera with gentle eyes, as if to remind everyone, "Remember, sometimes miracles aren't grand, they're just small changes that make life a little brighter." And so, Jesus continued his journey, bringing little miracles of love and kindness to everyone he met, filling their lives with joy, warmth, and peace.